Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Roar Report Recap.
Hey, everybody.
All right, so I think if I'm not mistaken, the IceCats are heading to the FPHL Commissioner's Cup Championship. Is that right?
That's right.
Oh man, I you know, 6-7 months ago we were just happy to have a team.
Yeah,
Did
nobody
you
would have ever
ever?
expected something like this.
We would have been happy just to have been able to. We were happy to have a team. Then we were happy to at least just make the playoffs. Then we were happy to actually win a playoff game. And next thing you know, we're playing for the actual cup, the actual trophy that designates you as the best team in the Federal Prospects Hockey League. We are heading into a series against the Binghamton Black Bears. This is actually going to be a best of 5 series, not a best of 3 like we've seen in the past couple of weekends. But wow,
This is
did not think
super
we'd be here.
exciting.
It really is.
It was really cool this weekend to just see all of the excitement from the fans. Some of the fans went down to Columbus or over to Columbus, I guess. But we even made a post on our Facebook page and just said, where are you watching this from? And it was just kind of cool to see
fun.
like where everybody was.
I know.
And it's really been.
And I got to give a quick shout out to Jordan Popoff's dad, Craig Popoff. Sent me a picture of where he was watching. I'm forgetting the name. He was back home in Canada, but beautiful picture of mountain range right behind him. It's like, oh wow, really? That's where we were watching it from. So
I guess he had the best view.
He really did have the best view. He really did have the best
No,
view.
no.
Gorgeous.
The people who had the best view were the people that were sitting right there and watching it happen in real time.
True.
That is who had the best view.
That's true. That's true.
It's been a lot of fun. My favorite videos that I've just seen through IceCat Nation and everywhere are the videos that people have, like of their home security cameras that caught the moment that Houston Wilson scored in overtime to take us to the championship. I'll tell you on Wednesday, I was like, cool, we've got this. And Wednesday was kind of a wake-up call.
Mm-hmm.
And then Friday night. No.
It was Saturday. It felt like
Saturday.
It was Saturday night. Yeah.
I was like, okay, we've got this. And Sunday, I had a little doubt in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
But I told you, I said, it's not over until it's over. It's not over until it's over. And if anything showed that, it was our IceCats team.
Absolutely. Could not be more proud of them.
What a roller coaster. I've heard a lot of people saying we cheer for the cardiac cats. And would you say that's true?
Man, I think we're all having cardiac issues after this past weekend. Mercy, we're all cardiac cats at this point.
Man, all right. So, looking back at this past weekend, what did we see with our IceCat team? What did we notice? What strengths were there? What needs to be worked on this weekend? It was just incredible. It's incredible to watch the chemistry with this team. But what did you see?
So, one thing looking back to Wednesday and then moving into Saturday, kind of a negative turn positive. Wednesday, I felt like we played great for a first period, and then we just got flat out outplayed in the second and third. And Columbus came with a great defensive plan. They were able to score their goals, and they were able to just shut the IceCats down. However, we go into Saturday and also Sunday. Saturday, honestly, was a little bit of a flat game, but you didn't see Columbus running away with a bunch of goals, and you saw Pee Dee finding ways to make it happen when it mattered. So, IceCats made some adjustments. They were able to neutralize a fair amount of the River Dragons' offensive threats. Now, the game was just what it was. We knew from past games against Columbus that they're one of the teams that likes to try to get into your head, get under your skin, get you to take some dumb penalties, put you in the penalty box. Is the reason that their strength is their power play.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, You can call it what you want to call it. You can have your own opinion about that style of play. I have mine. I won't go into that here. But say what you will, it's effective. And the IceCats, for the most part, did a pretty good job of not letting that get to them, except for the second period yesterday. Now, and on Sunday's game. I'm sorry, let me because depending on when you're listening to this. So, I will say again, some of the calls I have my opinions about, but some of the penalties that the IceCats took later on in that period, they let Columbus get into their heads a little bit. But that was really the only time that I saw them making that kind of allowing it to get to them. And hey, I'm saying that like I could do any better. I would not be able to keep my cool at all if I was out there on the ice playing like these guys are. So hats off to them for getting as far as they did and being able to maintain that composure throughout the series. So it didn't devolve into just a fight fest at any point. Like they did a good job and they got the job done.
That's right. I mean, and think about it. They're exhausted at this point. Like they have been beat up. Both teams, have been beat up. They've already been through. I mean, they had a rough past weekend with Pee Dee against the Rock Lobsters, and then Columbus River Dragons. They had to face the Monroe Moccasins, and in that series, it did go to 3.
Yeah,
and so they did that. Both teams had to play Wednesday here in Florence, and then be ready to go Saturday again and Sunday. And they're tired, they're beat up. It was incredible just to watch the finesse that they still were able to play with just after being worn thin. Kudos to Babin. Like, oh man, he is a great goalie.
Yeah, and he I know that he had his moments against Monroe, but he, for the most part, he played pretty clean. Now there was the one high stick against Dominic's that he got a double minor for high sticking. I mean, he didn't get away with that one. But for the most part, he played a pretty clean game. Yeah. And Pee Dee had more shots on goal than Columbus did in the series. And, I mean, the score only ended up coming out with, I think it was Pee Dee lost the first game 3-1. So he let 1 goal in there. He let 3 goals in the second game. And then he let 4 goals in the final game. That's not many goals after all the shots. I mean, I think right. I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but it had to be at least it had to be over 100 shots that he faced. So he's a good goalie. Say what you will, he is a good goalie. But Brendan Colgan's a good goalie too.
That's what I was about to say. Let's talk about Brendan Colgan and his stats, because you just posted about that today.
So Colgan faced 64 shots over the course of the last 2 games. I didn't grab the game in Florence, but okay. he did face 64 shots Saturday and Sunday combined. He only let 59 goals get past him. Most important thing, he didn't let any goals in overtime get past him. He kept the puck out of the net. The River Dragons did not, and that's why we're here where we are today. So Colgan, and this is one thing that, again, he just enters into a different mode. Not that he's not a good goalie. He's got great stats throughout the rest of the season, but you can just tell he enters a different mode in playoffs. Like, there is just a sense about him that he belongs in the moment. And I think that I have nothing but good things to say about his performance over the past 5 games between the Rock Lobsters and then against the games against with Columbus.
Yeah. All right. Well, there were some changes made between Wednesday's game and Saturday's game, especially just some roster changes. So do you want to talk about those?
Yes. So we did have one player go on IR and one player come off. Well, actually 2 players go on IR, 1 come off. Jordan Popoff and Noah Robinson both went on injured reserve. Xavier Abdullah returned from injury reserve, so he is back on the roster. He was actually on the ice this past weekend, I believe. Was he?
Yeah,
he was. Yeah, I thought he was. And then there was this other guy. Oh, what's his name? Dominic Marcinkiewicz. I think some folks might have heard about him. But he was actually on the ice again. He came back Saturday night.
We are so excited
so
to have him back.
Happy to have him back. So season wrapped up with the I think it was Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs up in Virginia. So he was able to come back, play with his brother again, and
there is nothing like the chemistry between those two.
I love watching them. Love watching them. And Dominic's, he was the one who scored the goal with less than a minute to go in the game on Saturday night.
That's right.
To get us into overtime. So
it's great.
It is
to just have him.
Yes, it is
back. I told you, our team could do it anyway. We have a fantastic group of guys, but it was almost kind of like Dominic Marcinkiewicz comes back. That's our Hail Mary to
see if we can at least somehow make it here.
But you know what's so funny is one of our assistant captains is the one who made our overtime goal in the third game. It was Houston Wilson. It was a hat trick.
That's right.
He got a hat trick.
I know. At first, I thought it was
playoff games.
And let me just say too, the first goal that he scored from the angle that he had, my goodness, I have not seen a goal like that all season. But over there on the right wing, and the way that he was able to launch that past Babin, Babin was great, but there's just some shots you can't defend, and that's one that Houston launched there. There's just nothing you can do. I mean, that had his name all over it. Beautiful goal, but yeah, the tip in there in overtime to get us into the finals and give him the hat trick. And especially Houston's had he's not a guy who's out there scoring a lot of goals all the time. He's very good at getting assists and goals. He's a very balanced player. But man, he turned it on at just the right time. Sunday night. So kudos to him.
That was great. One interesting fact for you guys, if you did not notice, there were a few moments that plays had to be put on hold. I saw that they had some issues with, I believe, one of the mechanisms that was holding the glass. From one of the people that were there, they said one of the things that was holding the glass frame in kind of messed up. And then Tom Callahan gets on at one point, and all we can see at home are just refs surrounding this little area of ice. We're like, what? And he gets on there and he announces, it looked like Nick Gullo was looking up at the ceiling. So I'm not exactly sure what happened, but there were some ice issues. So it does not just happen.
It's just not just at Pee Dee
in Florence.
Yeah, it's not just here. Yeah,
but. It was taken care of quick. We were able to keep playing. So that's what matters,
Exactly.
I really, though, for a minute, I was like, oh, no. What is going to happen? We have got to finish this game. But it finished, and it went in Pee Dee's favor. So that's super exciting. We've got a big weekend coming up. But before we talk about that, let's talk about the Binghamton Black Bears. Yep. So Empire side, we have faced them how many times?
We faced them twice.
And what was the outcome of that? And when did we play them?
We played them earlier in January. I don't have the dates. I can't remember the dates exactly. But the first time we played them, quite honestly, it was a tie game for most, or it was a very close game for most of the game. And honestly, both teams were pretty even for, I'd say, about 50 minutes.
And let me just interject. Both of these games were played in Binghamton.
Yes, we have never... Binghamton is, to my knowledge, certainly not in the FPHL. They have never played at the Florence Center. So we've played them at their arena. They have never traveled down here. So first game, I believe we lost by 2. But honestly, it was a tie up until about 50 minutes. And then Binghamton scored a go-ahead goal. And at that point, it just seemed like the IceCats gave up, had a lot of steam that they lost their steam, lost their momentum, and Binghamton was able to come back with another, might have been 1 or 2 goals, but either way, they won the first game that we played in that series. The second game, Parker Rutherford is in goal. and it's a shutout in Pee Dee's favor. Pee Dee goes up to Binghamton and shuts out the defending champions 4-0. So the last time that we played Binghamton, we won, and we won decisively. It was a very, very strong outing from the team. That being said, let's chat about the Black Bears a little bit. So one reason we haven't seen them very much is, like Mary just mentioned, they're in the Empire Division, obviously, because we're playing them for the championship. But they really are the cream of the crop. Every team in the league has double-digit losses. They are the only team, every team except for Binghamton. Binghamton only has 6 losses to their name in the regular season.
Realize that.
They have the highest goal differential. Nobody else is in 3 digits, a positive goal differential. They are plus 166 goals. The closest is Athens and Monroe. They both tied for plus 95 on the continental side. Binghamton is the most disciplined team, or from penalty minutes at least. They have the fewest penalty minutes in the Empire Division. They are one of only 2 teams in the entire league that did not cross 4 digits for penalty minutes. So with 973, most everybody else was well into the thousands, into 1,000s. Binghamton has more points than anybody else, 143 points. They are a very, very strong team.
Yeah. So what did their fight to get here look like? What was their fight to the Empire?
So their first round matchup was against the Topeka Scarecrows. They took care of them.
Man, Trevor Lord
quickly.
missed that guy.
I know. Did not take much there. I believe that was a 2-0 series. Again, it's best of 3 the first 2 rounds. They took care of business quite easily there. First game in Topeka, second game is in Binghamton. Once they took care of Topeka, the next series was against Port Huron. First game in Binghamton. First game in Port Huron. Binghamton wins that one. Second game, Port Huron beat Binghamton pretty decisively, 5-1 at Binghamton. So forced to game 3. Binghamton ends up winning that and going on to play in the championship.
So what are the strengths of the Binghamton Black Bears? I know that I can see that you've got some stats in front of us. I know that if you look at the FPHL website monthly, there's pretty much going to be guaranteed that one of the highlighted players is going to be from Binghamton. So what do you see as strengths as the team as a whole, and what do you see as strengths as in particular players that we might need to just kind of be watching out for this weekend?
So one of the first things, and this kind of goes into both strength of the team but also as an individual, goaltending. Binghamton has very, very solid goaltending. Dominic Tomei is a excellent netminder. Let me just read off some of the stats here that he is. He actually is the leader for, I think it's 4. Yeah, all 4 goalie categories in the FPHL. He leads the league with goals allowed against at 1.83. So he lets in on average less than 2 goals per game. He has a .932 save percentage. He has the highest number of wins at 28, and he has the most shutouts in the league at 7. His competition below on both of those categories is not really even close. Carter McPhail has the second most wins, but that's at 24. We've seen him several times with Athens. And McPhail also has 3 shutouts. Tomei has 7. So, very, very good goaltending. You can also tell just from the number of, or the goal differential that they have. The higher goal differential for Binghamton versus anybody else. 166 goals for in their favor. They've got excellent offense, but that also means they have to have great defense. So if you have that high of a goal count differential, you've got to be able to stop people from getting goals. Getting goals scored against you as well. So they're really, I mean, not as a cop-out answer, but they really are a very balanced team. They know how to score.
Okay, I'm going to throw you off with this question because I know you're not expecting this.
You're good.
Um, an interesting thing, we've talked about it with the FPHL, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of trades that happen throughout the whole season. Um, we don't see that with the Binghamton Black Bears.
No.
And I guess this either could be an opinion question. In fact, I don't know what you know. So they're hearing it as I am thinking it. Why do you think there's so much trading going on in all these other teams, but we're just not seeing that with the Black Bears?
I think the Black Bears have just figured out a winning. They've figured out a winning recipe, a winning team. You really didn't see it a whole lot with Athens either until near the end of the season when they made a lot of trades with Twin City that I was very surprised by.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't see that with Binghamton. They're very stable. I'm looking at the transactions list actually in front of me right now. And a lot of their signings were maybe college players who they signed near the end of the season. You might have had some folks who had some voluntary departures. There were some suspensions throughout the league, but or maybe a injured reserve, but not a lot of moving around like trades and signing new folks. And I think a lot of that's just because they've been in the league for a few years. I think they've figured out. Obviously, they've won the last two championships, so they've obviously figured out a winning formula. And I think they've just found the guys that are able to play well together, and if it's not broke, don't fix it.
All right, so you say that they've won the last two championships. They are going for a three-peat. What did the last two championships look like?
They were not they were not very competitive. So the last two times that Binghamton went to the championship, they won 3-0. So last year they played against the Carolina Thunderbirds. They won in 3 games. First 2 games in Winston-Salem, Binghamton won both. Next game up in Binghamton, Black Bears won that one as well, and they skated away with the Commissioner's Cup. So that was last season. The season before that, the Black Bears played the Carolina Thunderbirds as well, and they actually ended up being the same result. They ended up beating Carolina 3-0. So quite honestly, it's a very dominant team. Not just in the regular season this year, but in the past two seasons as well.
It's probably safe to say that they feel like they have got it in the bag.
I would hope that that's their mindset because I think that serves Pee Dee well if Binghamton has that kind of confidence. But I mean, honestly, you just look at the way they've played and the way that they perform. They have they've got good ground. They have good reason to think that way.
That's right. But they also have not seen this PD team yet.
They really haven't and that's one thing that I will tell you. The trades and the things that the Coach Graham has made that's left me scratching my head multiple times throughout the season. But here we are, and all I can say is that's the reason he's the coach. That's the reason that I'm just sitting here cheering him on. He obviously knows what he's doing. He's figured out how to get a winning team together, and I think that they are. I have no doubt they are going to give Binghamton a run for their money. I do not think that. I do not think that either team is going to finish this series with a perfect record.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be fun no matter what. I think that we are beyond proud of this inaugural season, this inaugural team. I believe that these boys, no matter what happens, should hold their heads up proud and know that they have created something special here in the PD that that just is just a tiny spark of what I hope is to come in the next years. So,
yeah,
as we look ahead, what is our schedule going to look like for the next couple of weeks?
So that is correct. We have this 2 weeks worth of games. We won't be able to play the whole series over a weekend. You got the travel that has to take place between. The first 2 games will be played here in Florence at the Florence Center Both of those will be at 7:15 p.m. The first will be Friday, May 1st. The second will be the following night, Saturday, May 2nd. Again, both are at 7:15 p.m. Both games are white-out games. So just like when we had our first round game against Athens, it was a whiteout. We're going to do the same against Binghamton.
You better
both
believe
these games. So those will be the first two contests. We'll take a break after that for the following week up until Friday, May 8th. That game will be up in Binghamton. That will be at 7 o'clock p.m. If necessary, games will be played on Saturday, May 9th at 7 o'clock p.m. at Binghamton. And again, on Sunday, May 10th,
Mother's
if we have to go
Day.
to Mother's Day. If we have to go to a Game 5, that will be on Sunday, May 10th at 6 o'clock p.m., also in Binghamton.
So, important things that you might need to know. If you need a white shirt, Butler's has great options, and you'll probably be wearing your
I will. I washed it
shirt.
today. It's going to be ready to go.
Just, be excited. Tomlinson's has Ice Cat merch, and I heard that there will be shirts available at the merch table once everything opens up on Friday night. So Friday night, is it Friday night or Saturday? When is the food truck?
Oh, yeah. The Food Truck Festival is going to be at the Florence Center as well. Yeah, Friday and Saturday.
So be aware for you fans who are usually, there's two groups of fans that need to be aware. One, the ones who are season ticket holders or who park in the lower deck. That is going to be where the food trucks are. And I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Just thinking about, we've gone to the food truck festival every year since it's been here because we love a good food truck here in our house. But it's very busy and it is going to take up a lot of space. So people just need to be aware. Season ticket holders, you might not have your parking down at that bottom deck. And two, for those of you who usually show up right when puck drop happens, you might not find easy parking. So just be aware. Everybody's going to have to be a little flexible because the food truck, it will end at 8 p.m. both nights. So I saw that online, but come out.
Gotcha.
If you want to tailgate, just go eat some great food beforehand, and
plenty of good options.
And then head into the Florence Center. It's going to be a great time. Wear your white, and go ahead. Tickets are on Ticketmaster. I think Jarrett was looking earlier today, and the green seats, which would be like the 200 level seats, they're going pretty quick. So
if you want to get that level, you better go ahead and get your tickets soon.
But Ticketmaster's your option, but we also have the Florence Center. Their box office is open every day. I think they're closed Wednesday. But, you can go there and save some of that money. But you may want to be getting your tickets because I hope they go fast. I was highly impressed that on a Wednesday night in Florence, South Carolina, there were 4,725 people.
Something like that. It was 4,700. I can't remember the last.
That showed up.
But it was.
With 2 days heads up.
It was loud. It was loud.
So show up, be proud. No matter what happens this weekend, we are just pumped to be IceCat fans. So thank you for tuning in to our weekly Rural Report recap. And we will see you on Saturday. Please tell us
and
hello.
Friday.
Friday. Oh my goodness. Yes, you'll see us Friday. We hope to see you there.
Yep. Have a good one. Go IceCats.